We're starting off hot with Iran, where Iran's foreign minister is swearing up and down that Tehran had nothing to do with a reported plot to attack the Israeli embassy in London. 8 Iranian men were nabbed in the UK over the weekend, and The Times says that 5 were gearing up for a terrorist hit on the embassy in Kensington, while the other 3 were caught working for Iran as foreign agents. The Iranian foreign minister is calling it a load of garbage and saying Iran's been left out of the loop, and suggesting that Israel might be cooking up a false flag to cause trouble. He's pushing the UK to come clean and give Iran's citizens due process. As usual, deny and pin it on Israel. Israel is sounding the alarm for its citizens traveling overseas. First up, the National Security Council dropped a travel advisory for Israelis heading to the EUROVISION Song Contest in Basel, Switzerland, with 360 anti-Israel protests in Switzerland last year and more expected during the contest. The NSC is telling Israelis to dodge demonstrations, to hide Jewish or Israeli symbols, and to keep their trip off of social media. They're even pushing the Homefront Command app for real-time alerts. Then there's Kashmir, where India and Pakistan are trading blows. Israel's foreign ministry told Israelis to leave immediately and avoid the region. Both sides fired heavy artillery today after India's missile strike on Pakistan that killed at least 43. The ministry says stick to the local security forces' orders, whether it's protests in Basel or bombs in Kashmir. Israel's telling its people to lay low and stay safe. In East Jerusalem, Israel is bringing down the hammer on UNRWA, closing 6 of their schools in the Shuafat refugee camp and other neighborhoods. This morning, Israeli police rolled in, enforcing a ban that started after Israel accused UNRWA of incitement and ties to terror groups, claiming that 10% of their Gaza staff were linked to Hamas. The Palestinian authorities calling it a violation of children's right to education, but Israel is standing firm. The Jerusalem municipality says that they've got 900 students sorted, with plans for a new education center in Shuafat under Israel's education ministry. This all comes from a law passed 6 months ago banning UNRWA operations in Israeli territory. Gaza and in Judea and Samaria aren't touched, but in Jerusalem, UNRWA schools are done. Over at the Vatican, 133 cardinals are holed up in the Sistine Chapel trying to pick a new pope. It's day 2 and still no white smoke. So far, only black smoke, meaning that no one's nabbed the 89 votes needed to lead and become the pope. This is the most diverse conclave in 2,000 years, with cardinals from all over the map. Black smoke appeared from a chimney atop the chapel at the Vatican, signaling that the cardinals did not elect a new pope during their 3 morning ballots. The Catholic Church's 1.4 billion followers are anxiously awaiting to see what happens in the next round of ballots. Now, finally, some heart in all the madness. The IDF is stepping up in southern Syria, setting up a field hospital next to the Druze village of Hadar. Sectarian violence is ripping through Syria, with Islamist groups targeting Druze communities. Over 30 wounded Syrian Druze have already been evacuated to Israeli hospitals in recent weeks. The IDF says that this medical facility is part of their mission to protect the Druze and keep them safe. The IDF also struck targets in Syria as a warning to the new regime to leave the Druze alone. The IDF has got eyes on everything, ready for whatever next. And finally, the holiday of Lag BaOmer is coming up soon. Now, traditionally, this is accompanied by a massive bonfire and lots of dancing. However, since the recent wildfires in Israel, the fire and rescue services have placed a nationwide ban on most fires except in designated areas. Fire service district commanders receive the right to allow certain people to light bonfires as long as it's in writing and a, quote, adequate level of fire safety can be maintained. That's all for today. We will be back again, keeping you updated on all of the important details. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It is a small action from you and a really big help for us. For JFE.com, this has been Overnight Israel. Catch you next time.